Hi friends, my name is Molly, how are you? And today I wanted to share some things that I personally wish I knew before I started yoga, and hopefully they could help you on your journey and maybe clear out some things or help you with some guidance. Let's get into it. It's a lot of things. Now that I'm a little bit further into my yoga journey, I know that physical part is just a tool for you to have more understanding how to access this beautiful space. It could be a beautiful door to this practice, so if you're only doing a physical part, there's nothing wrong with that. This is the way I started to explore yoga, and it turned into so much more. Just wanted to throw this out there. Physical part is just a tiny little tool that helps you to control your mind better, connect with your mind, connect with your body and yourself deeper through the physical practice. And that was personally easier for me to enter yoga that way, but there's so many other ways. Another thing that I personally wish I knew, or someone would just kind of tell me it's okay to use props, just because at first I kind of involved my ego too much, where I don't need props, I can reach my toes sort of, or I can just push myself into it eventually. I want to get to the most advanced pose faster. But yeah, it was a totally stupid perspective, and to be honest, it only leads you to injuries eventually, just like involving so much ego into your practice. Does not end well. If you're silly like me and you think this is maybe not necessary, honestly, props will always be helpful. Whatever level you're at, this is a beautiful way to access pose and deepen it, as well as learn some new poses that you might have fun with. There's no such thing as a champion at yoga. You can't win at it, so try not to compete, because that's just going to take away from your practice and your spirit. It does look so perfect on Instagram. Everyone's doing yoga in the most beautiful, divine looking way on the beach. By expecting your practice to look like someone else's, you're taking away from your practice, from yourself, and it's just pointless. If that's something that makes you feel bad, try to distance yourself from social media or, people who make you feel bad about your practice. But honestly, this is a good practice to not compare yourself to people in general, because your journey is your journey, and this is the most beautiful, unique path that you get to walk. So yeah, stop comparing yourself and cultivate your own practice. Yoga practice is called practice for a reason. It's work in progress, and it never really ends. There's always space for learning, improvement, trying out, failing, and this is okay. So maybe if you're feeling like you're a mess on a mat and it's a constant wobbling struggle and you go hard on yourself, don't forget it's a practice, and by being hard on yourself, you take away from having fun in it, from being present in this practice. So be wobbly, be struggling, but enjoy it, be in it, instead of judging yourself for not being perfect. This is definitely something that I had to learn eventually, because every time it's going to be different, and this is the beauty of it. Your practice is your personal practice. Something could work for one person at one point in their time, and it won't work for you. Just because you're not there, this is not something that is for you right now. Your practice is really individual. There's so many kinds of yoga, there's so many ways to practice it, and you don't have to just do things that other people are doing just because this is what you are getting told to do. Try to connect with yourself and see what way of yoga is for you right now. How do you enjoy it, and what speaks to you the most? And if something doesn't work for you right now, doesn't mean it will never work for you. And maybe it means that this is not the time right now. So keep an open mind and listen to yourself. The next 2 points are kind of flowing into each other. Sometimes you feel like everyone's enjoying yoga and you don't, and like you just can't get it. What I learned from my journey, that the way to enjoying this practice is consistency, and this is so important for you to catch that joy, is to be consistent with that practice, to commit to it, and it will commit to you. And it works the other way around. Joy is the key to consistency. So to be able to be consistent, you need to make the practice yours. You need to make the practice enjoyable to you. So again, don't practice things that you think you should be. Practice things that speak to you. Practice things that maybe through the pain or through the boredom sort of make you feel more energized. I know you won't feel it right away, just because I didn't. It felt just like a regular exercise at first. The key to enjoying your practice is consistency, and to be able to be consistent, you need to enjoy it. So find ways to enjoy this practice, explore different ways and what speaks to you right now. I personally started doing yoga on my own. This is something that I practice in solitude. I started in a lockdown, so I never really got an opportunity to really explore the world of classes. If you are only practicing yoga in the classes, maybe consider practicing it by yourself. I know it might be scary just because you are used to having that teacher, but it's actually something that will help you to get the benefits of the practice and also enjoy it more, because there's something different about practicing it by yourself. And if you want to be serious about your yoga practice, your personal practice on your own is going to be the key for you to deepen it and explore it. The teacher can give you guidance, the teacher can show you some ways you could do it, but the work you have to do on your own. And the next tip would kind of flow into that one. When you're alone, it's kind of scary to practice some poses and understand what you're doing. And what really helped me when I'm practicing on my own is to film myself. It might be a little bit awkward at first, but trust me, this was such a great idea that I'm so happy I started doing, because not only I get to learn from my recordings, but I also got to track my journey. Try filming yourself. It definitely helps you with alignment and some beautiful memories. I know that I am heavily contributing to this Western stereotype that you have to be young, skinny, flexible, and have yoga pants to practice yoga, but it's actually absolutely not true. You don't have to be young, you don't have to be skinny, you don't have to be flexible at all. Yoga is for everyone. You don't have to have all of the limbs. You can be anyone. And this is the beautiful part of this practice, that you can be anyone to enjoy this practice and have a fuller life experience through this practice. If you are thinking that you're not flexible enough or you don't have enough yoga pants to practice yoga, this is unfortunately just your excuse. So deal with it. Yes. Good tea. Oh, injury is very possible with yoga. This is something that you have to watch out for. What I've noticed from my experience with injuries in yoga is that they happen when my ego interferes, or where I don't honor signals of my body while I'm doing a class and I want to keep up. I don't honor the signals of my body that I need to take it easier, and this is where I also injured myself. So be gentle with your body and listen to your body. Also, don't listen to that voice that tells you that you should go deeper, you should be stronger. And like I mentioned before, props, they are there for you to enjoy your practice, for you to deepen your practice safely and actually more efficiently. Lastly, but not leastly, is the fact that I wish someone prepared me for the fact that yoga is going to change my life. And I'm not being dramatic at all. This is just how it is. If you dedicate yourself to this practice consistently, if you're going to be practicing a little bit every day, your life will start changing. And to be completely honest with you, it is scary. It is something that at first I was really scared by. You meet yoga and everything is not linear anymore. Everything is everything at the same time, and it's kind of mind-blowing. The more you practice it, the more your mind is blown, and then you don't have a mind, and what are you? Be prepared for the fact that a lot of change might happen. Your relationship with yourself, your career, your goals will change. I personally was a person who was always driven by kind of capitalistic goals, but once yoga started taking over my life, I kind of lost sight of my goals, and that was very scary, because what am I without my goals and desires? It's kind of a leap of faith thing, but this is one of the most fulfilling things that I personally experienced. Honestly, it's very hard for me to describe with words this experience, because it's so deeply personal for everyone. This is your experience, and this is why I want to share this information here on YouTube. It brought me so much joy to experience this practice in my own personal way that I feel like it's impossible to contain that contagious energy of joy that I feel, and I wish that for you. I want you to feel yourself. I want you to, send that energy of this beautiful practice that opens your eyes and helps you to live without being in a dream walking state. This was a beautiful video to make, because I get to fulfill this channel's purpose of leaving videos here that I wish personally I would see on my journey and that I would want to see, and that would help me. And this is kind of the best I could do right now. But if you have any ideas what you would want to hear and what would be helpful, I am here to share and engage with you. So let me know what you think of this video, what you're practicing, and things that maybe you wish you knew before you started practicing. I'm so excited to talk to you guys, and thank you so much for watching this video. I wish you a very, very good life. I'm just joking, just silly Billy mood. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you soon, and have a wonderful practice.